Train by day, Kyle Wigginton podcast by night, all day.
Trey Brooks.
All right. We're in here.
We're in here, man.
Oh, Teray, actually.
Teray? So T-Ray.
T apostrophe R-A-E. So the apostrophe is kind of like the ugh.
Okay. Yeah. See, I had that messed up. Yeah. I need to fix that in your stuff. Yeah.
You're good.
So you're about to release a new album, right?
A project.
A project.
Yeah. So they start with singles, but it's really kind of cool how it's going to be released. So the songs are actually like stories. So I'm actually going to be making the audiobooks out of the songs itself as well. But it goes along with the theme of Make Way, which is how can I put it? My introduction to, hey, look, guys, this is the way I see the world. This is how things are actually going in the arts community, the arts way. And so it's just me kind of putting a voice to some of the things that's going on. Interesting.
So can you explain a little more? Because so you're making music, but you're also going to make books and things with it.
So it's easier to explain.
Yeah.
No, it's okay. No, it's good. It's good. So if I had to define myself, I define myself as a sonic storyteller. And so with that, the aesthetic is like every song is a story.
Okay.
So with that, coming out with an audiobook is just another kind of file format that I'll be releasing the song under, just so it could have like another like really cool way if somebody wanted to listen to it under Audible or under those things, it'll still be the song underneath that. Right. So it just it gives a few more avenues for people to kind of check out the music that wouldn't normally, Yeah,
I don't think I've had anyone do that before.
Right.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
So it's also some visual aspects I can show you too, man. It's some
yeah, let's see what you got. And if you, I don't know, can you send me those and I can overlay them on the podcast? Because it's going to be on YouTube as well.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I'll show you. These are.
And this is on your Instagram?
Yeah, actually my website too.
What is your Instagram and stuff?
So my Instagram is Teray Brooks Official, TraeBrooks Official, OFFICIAL, all that stuff. And
that's freaking dope, dude.
Yeah, man. That's the thing. So on the 4th, the story tab will be open, which will be the first, like where the songs and stuff like that will be.
And this is www.Trey, T-Ray, but it's Trey on that website, TRAE Brooks, BROOKS.com.
Yep.
That's fucking dope, dude.
Thank you, man.
And like, what are the tools that you have in there?
So the tools are things that I made just to kind of help creatives on our like day-to-day work vibes, So the first tools are by, I guess, the company Zen Workspaces that I created just for, again, like I said, helping creatives, but they're Apple shortcuts. So if I say things like, when I'm time to get to work, hey Siri, Zen mode on. So what it does is it turns my phone black and white and puts on do not disturb.
Oh, I like that.
Right. And what happens, man, it sucks the fun out of my phone because I'll lose time. Sorry, let me talk more in the mic. So like, you're not.
Yeah.
But I'll lose time, man. Like if I'm working on stuff.
You can pull it down too if you need to. So you're not like, yeah.
It's good.
However you need to put it.
That's perfect. But I'll lose a lot of time, man, like trying to manage social media and then at the same time being ADHD. And so it's like 5 minutes is productive and then 10 minutes is like unproductive. Like, sorry,
Yeah. Do I have to do the same thing on my phone? I set timers.
Yes.
Yeah. So Instagram has a timer on it and I catch myself all the time, like 5 more minutes.
Yeah.
5 more minutes.
Yeah.
I freaking hate that. But yeah, the same thing, man. Like these things are time sucks.
Yeah.
So it's good that you have the cool tool like that.
Yeah.
What other stuff is on there?
And there'll be different variations. So like we have like some e-com stuff. Like if you wanted to buy like the 3-in-1 chargers and different stuff like that, it's just really just trying to create a hub and a space for where, hey, look, if you have the money to try to, find a financial solution to whatever you're going through, you can do that. But if not, we also have some things and tips and tricks that'll help,
Interesting. So like if I was an artist, like how would I went to your site, how would I use that to, if I was a, let's say filmmaker, how would I use that to benefit? Or is it for certain artists?
It's actually, this one's for creatives in general.
Okay.
So like I tried to create the shortcuts, the ones that I just showed you right there. I try to create those based off of the creative mindset. So those should be pretty universal. So having this one, which is the Zen mode, I call it. And then there's one called Zen mode Pomodoro, which, a bunch of creatives already know what Pomodoro technique is.
I don't know what it is.
Oh, so the Pomodoro technique is a breakdown for time management. So it's like 25 minutes on and then 5-minute break. And so what I would do is I would say, hey Siri, Zen mode off. So I turn it off first and then it comes back in. Then I'll be like, hey Siri, Zen mode Pomodoro. And then it does the same thing and then adds like the 25 minute time.
So in 25 minutes is up, it gives you like
it starts going off and then I'm like, okay, and then I go, hey, Zen mode off.
Dude, I fucking love that.
Yo, it's because, man, I really want to create like not only just, music that kind of helps kind of break that, mundaneness, but also like tools that really gonna help, not stuff that just kind of sits on your phone,
Yeah, dude, I love those things. We one of the things we do here at the bar is we have open mic comedy and open mic music.
Yeah.
But we also have a Discord set up. And in the Discord, I used AI to basically write out a plan for if I was a comedian in 2024, what would I do? What are the steps I should take to be successful?
Yeah.
And the same thing with musicians. And just had AI write me like a pamphlet on how to do this stuff and then post it in our Discord so anyone has access to the information.
So good.
Yeah.
So, and you don't use OpenAI? GPT?
ChatGPT, and then I use now I use one called Taja.
Put me on. Put me on a Taja, yo. What is that one?
So Taja, what it does is, and you'll notice in my YouTube descriptions, if you look back like 10 episodes, you'll see that I was writing the descriptions out, and now I'm using the AI to do it. And what it does is, once you get a video uploaded to YouTube, it scans the video and it breaks it down into chapter markers. And then it writes a bio for you or description for you. It writes all the SEO, so like the hashtags and stuff. And it also, if you want it to, it'll create a thumbnail for you. Yeah, so it basically does all the hard work for you. It's really good.
And so the SEO, is it just like it meta tags it for you as well?
And it tags it. It does all the stuff for you.
Yo, that's crazy. Hold on, I gotta put that.
Yeah, dude. Taja.ai.
Taja AI.
Actually, do I have a link for it if you want to use it? Like it's really good.
Bro,
yeah.
Please. Please.
Yeah, I'll send you a link.
Dope.
I mean, it's very beneficial. It's helped me out a ton. It's probably saved like 6 hours worth of work a week.
Okay. Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And that's a lot. I mean, when you're running a business stuff, it's a lot of that time, and time is everything.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, do you find that it's easy to export out? Like, does it export out all the chapters individually, or does it kind of export out in like one full? Like,
oh, dude, I'll show it to you when we finish this podcast.
Yeah, man, I'm about to go deep into it.
Yeah, but it's so easy to use. And I think that's because there are a lot of people that are scared of AI, but they're not using it right yet.
No, man.
Like people are scared of what AI could become. It's yes, okay, but right now it's a tool, and we need to use these tools to make our lives better.
Yeah, yeah. I can't explain to you how much if the creative community knew that corporate, let me say, larger entities, right? They try to create this almost like fear mongering, how it's going to take over the creative aspects, and in turn, creators are eating it up. Creators are just like, this is going to be they're not going to replace me, Then now everyone's on the defensive, and really and truly, I think honestly, it was a play, because in the same way that yes, you can use AI to do some creative enhancements to stuff, you can also create the full structure that big corporate entities, that they're offering the creative.
Yeah, one person can do that. Yeah, whereas before you would need a whole team to do these things. It's like now, no, I can do what a whole team does in one day. Yeah, I love it, man. I think that way, the same way with like crypto and stuff. Like these are just technologies that we can use to better our lives. But people are so terrified of them because they're terrified of change.
Yeah. Come on. Now, are you deep into crypto?
I do have quite a bit, yes.
Okay. Ooh,
and
okay.
I'm interested in Ethereum with their smart contracts and stuff.
Yeah.
So there's you might like this because you're into like new technologies and stuff. But a while back, I designed a system that works on the blockchain for musicians, and I gave it around to all my musician friends, but none of them even did anything with it. But I'll give it to you too, because it's basically a funnel that allows the musicians to make money off their music, and then use their fan base to help push their music. So basically, you give a portion of your streaming rights to your fan base, and you do that by way of like crypto coins. And what that does is that allows them to
coins or tokens, which
tokens, yeah, yeah. So basically, whenever you release an album, what you'll do is you'll release an album and you'll give like you'll attach your streaming rights via the Ethereum smart contracts.
Yep. Okay.
You'll attach those and then attach half your money to that and give that to your fans. And then so your fans now make money the more streams you get. So it gives your fans a way to like incentivizes them to make some money. So they'll push your music, and then if they push your music, then what they can do is they can then sell those tokens so they can make more money off of it. But whoever houses those tokens makes money off the streaming rights.
Yo, we got to dive into it. That's pretty dope.
Yeah, so it's basically a way for you to funnel your music going up and grow via your fans.
Yeah.
I mean, right now I listen to a ton of music on Spotify and stuff, but like I'm not able to like, tell everyone about the music. And if I tell everyone about the music, like I'm not getting incentivized for it.
Yep.
So incentivize people to do it. But I have it all written out and stuff. I'll give it to you.
Bro. Yeah, man. And by the way, Ethereum by far, when it comes to like protocol, is like have to be my favorite right now. Like,
oh yeah.
Like me personally, Bitcoin's infrastructure, man. It's just like it's so what's the word I'm looking for? It works for what it does as an alternative coin, but as far as like its protocol itself, I don't see that really being anything more than just a token, just like a money transfer. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean that's kind of what they tell you too, that it's like the digital gold.
Got you.
And then whenever you look at Ethereum actually has functionality to it.
Actually, man, yeah. I really do think that Ethereum's smart contracts, man, honestly, it'll be a game changer in the community, like orgs and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I just think even in New Orleans here, man, like from what I've been studying, from what I've been looking around, man, it's like a lot of the dysfunction and pain that happens to creatives here was let in through the door of creatives, So I think having that smart contracts just as a backing force for a lot of the things going on, like practically will just.
Yeah, it's a confusing technology. So it makes sense that it's not being adopted as quickly as I think it should be. Yeah. But I do think it's going to be a game changer for the world.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just about getting it adopted. But I mean, it's like every technology like this, kind of like the internet. The internet took forever to finally get adopted, but now everyone has it on every device.
Yep. Yeah.
I don't know. How old are you?
I am 28.
Okay. So yeah, you were probably around whenever dial up and stuff was still a thing.
Oh
right?
yeah, bro. Internet or phone? Like which one? Yeah. Like which one you want?
Yeah. Whenever I was growing up, I grew up in Arkansas as well, so I'm sure it was like late to the ball game of internet too. But yeah, I remember dial up whenever it first started happening, and everyone was just so. Everyone was so slow to adopt the internet, and now, dude, everyone uses it.
Dude, it is a drug now.
Yeah,
it has now become the drug.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure, and it's just like the cool tools that you're making, like that stuff wouldn't have been possible without the invent of that. So it's kind of crazy to think what the blockchain is going to evolve into, 20, 30 years down the line.
Man, if I had to guess.
You got some ideas?
Man, I got some ideas.
Give me some ideas.
Bro. Okay, so number one, I think we'll finally get to a place that starts to evaluate monetarily art, like on a structured platform, meaning like, I think some of the art, when we get into the VR and the AR space and all of those different things, mm-hmm. you're going to be able to have a better price tag and a better understanding of how much it costs to create this biome or how much it costs to create this story or XYZ, simply because, man, AI is going to be able to read and write, and visually be able to take in all of that information. So like, I can't wait. I can't wait from an artist perspective. Like I can't wait.
But yeah, I mean, the creatives are the ones that are going to make these awesome systems and these awesome, I guess apps and things like that. Like those are the ones that are going to be like messing with the space. So it's going to be cool when like a tool set comes out that's comprehensible to the average person. Like that's going to be dope.
Yeah. I got a question. How big of a deal is UI to you? Is it just as important as
you say function? UI?
Yeah, like
okay, user interface.
Yeah. My fault. I'm getting too techie, man. It's like it's not all the time.
No,
just like
well, for me, since I have an IT background, like my degree's in IT, so user interface for me is not that important because I'm used to working, on the back end protocols.
Yeah.
But for the average person, UI is huge.
Yeah.
So I mean, like include just like with your app, like that's beautiful. Like, did you design that?
Yeah.
Like that's a beautiful UI. It's very simple. It's engaging to the eye. So I mean, for the average person, that's gonna fucking slap. But so you need to have a good UI. That's why I think that the blockchain's so like it's not being adopted right now, is because it's very confusing to the average person.
Yeah.
But the people that, you know, like the techies, like myself, like it's easy for us to understand right now, but that's going to have to change. It's where the internet got widely adopted whenever user interface came about.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, that's an important thing for me. What about you?
Man, I have zero tech background, like other than, you know, just kind of every day trying to.
I mean, you obviously understand it well.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, man, it's kind of crazy. I've been using AI to help me understand itself.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've been using it as a thinking partner so much, man. So
bro, I fucking love AI.
Oh my God. You can code. It's not great. It's like
you have to check it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
when I'll let you continue with that thought, then I'll tell you some of the weird shit I've been using AI for.
Please.
Oh, you want to go ahead?
No, I want to go into it.
Oh, so yeah, you said thinking partner. I do the same thing. I'll be bouncing ideas off AI and everything.
Yeah.
I'm probably on some list somewhere. But so this is going to get fucking weird.
Yeah, man. We're here now, bro.
No, it's going to get really fucking weird. So I apologize if you have any fans out there that are listening to this.
No, they good.
But I got into making mead.
Oh,
okay.
Mead. Okay.
Mead is honey, yeast, and water. Essentially, those are the ingredients, but you mix them in different ways and stuff. So one day I'm having this like thought exercise, and I was like, other forms of yeast. Like, what other forms of yeast are there? And I was like, can I make other stuff with this yeast? And then I was like, female yeast. I told you it was going to get weird.
Oh, we are now in the, go ahead.
I warned you.
We're here now. Listen, we're here.
So I was like, can I make mead from vaginal yeast?
My God. My God.
So of course, naturally I went to AI.
Oh my God.
And I was like, can I do this? And I was like, well, you can, but you probably shouldn't.
Yeah. It's just like, hey guys, we're getting to that place where I don't want to.
Yeah. AI is like, it's probably a bad idea. You probably should stick with the regular brewing yeast. But I was like, well, if I wanted to, like, how would I go about doing this? AI basically told me all the steps that I would need. It told me the correct yeast that I needed to get and everything.
Bro,
there's like 7 types of yeast in the female vagina.
My God.
I didn't even know this. AI told me this.
You know what, AI? AI, we got to talk. Sometimes you got to say no. Sometimes AI.
Oh, no, it said no. It said
you got to bypass it, prompt engineering. Hey,
I pressed it, dude. I was like, yeah, come on, AI. If, like, hypothetically, if I was going to do this, how would I do it?
Oh, my. Let me tell you, that goes into prompt engineering. There's not enough. It's scary how much they're just kind of, when it comes up, we'll deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's a little scary. From ChatGPT, I forgot that my ChatGPT 3 account, that it, man, they're quick, bro. Like, if they send out that invoice for you to pay it and it's not in that account, like, they will immediately.
So
I use 4.
The paid version?
Yeah.
What are the perks to that?
Oh,
because I haven't paid for the perk. I haven't paid for that yet.
Yo, okay. Let me put y'all on for a second. Okay. The paid version is like the ChatGPT 3.5, right? I think it is. Is it 3.5 or something like that?
That's the unpaid version. Yeah.
It's like talking to a calculator versus talking to your friend.
And 4's that good.
It's really that good. And
why? Like, how is it that different?
So when they say the creative model is better, it means that it thinks around your lack of understanding.
Okay.
And gives you the answer that you're really looking for. So ChatGPT 3, and it's kind of funny, man. It's like you start to realize more and more every day that you're limited by your own understanding. Mm-hmm. And like ChatGPT 4 really tries to help you. ChatGPT 3 is like, hey, look, I'm looking for a business plan for this. And they'll be like, gotcha. This is what you said. Mm-hmm. Not what you wanted, but this is what you said. ChatGPT 4 is like, hey, look, I'm looking for a business plan. And then I'll always prompt at the end, and I'd say something like, make this better. And then I'll be like, also tell me what you think I should add to this, and tell me what I'll always add an open. Oh man, it changes the game, because then it gives you the thing and be like, hey, look, this is what I've read from this, but if you're looking to do this XYZ, maybe this way is extra. And then I'm just going back and 3 or 4 prompts in, you have this like unique, like bullet of yeah, man. But
I gotta get it.
And GPT-4 has DALL-E and everything. So like a bunch of the images you'll see, I'll send you like.
They took DALL-E off, didn't they? If you don't have the paid version.
Yeah, if
right?
you don't have the paid version.
Have you ever messed with Midjourney?
Yes, and I think Midjourney is great for background. Like if you're looking for just you wanting to create massive pieces, I think Midjourney is really good for that. I think DALL-E is better for if you're looking for a more precise image. So like all the stuff on my website, I'll go back and forth. I'll use DALL-E to keys. Let me drop keys for buttons and stuff like that for your website. What I do is I'll get ChatGPT to generate the button, and I'll go and PNG it out, take the background off and I use Over.
So that's how you created that,
bro. Everything is like me going back and forth with AI because I was like, man, I know how to tweak something good enough to get it to where I'm at, but that massive piece of like actually making it, like I suck at that. So yeah, man,
that's incredible, dude.
It gets fun. It gets fun.
So have you played around with? Because I know if you have the paid version of ChatGPT, you can actually create your own GPTs.
Yep, and I do that. So
how easy is that to do?
It is like, how can I put it? It's like having I don't even want to say employee. I want to say like friend, like person. I want to kind of not say friend actually, because don't do that. That's a whole other thing. But
I've heard some stories about that.
Let's caution people. This is definitely a program that I believe is developing consciousness, but that's a whole other. That's a whole other conversation. But for the GPTs, it's really, really easy to do. It's really like you're telling it, because technically, and GPT-4 has a browsing function online.
So what do you mean? Give me an example of that.
So I do it all the time. Like for the daily updates that I use for my stuff, instead of being like, okay, I'll be like, GPT, it's March 20th. How many more days until XYZ? And it'll browse the internet. Or I'll be like, hey, look, give me the top 10 XYZ in my niche starting from today. And
so it can actually see the internet.
Yep. It browses it through Bing.
So if I was like, hey, give me like Joe Rogan's 5 podcasts about this guy, it would like go on the internet and find the podcasts or something.
I would say like right now it's limited. So they try to limit the browsing function to search like quick search results and stuff, which you can, if you prompt engineer, bro, you can get it to get some like really good stuff. But it uses Bing. So a lot of times it's like Google searches and stuff.
So it can't see the dark web and stuff like that.
Can't see the dark web. However, the two things it can do really, really well is SEO optimize, and in turn utilize other people's SEO optimization. So like the search functions, if you want to get really down and like nitty gritty into it, like whatever you're searching for, asking it to do, as long as it'll ping onto someone's keywords, whatever they put into their, like metadata or whatever on their website and stuff like that. Yeah.
So if they're like popping, it'll give you those keywords so you can start doing the same thing.
Yeah. But it browses it, man. It's if you got to browse something, man, it's better. It's better just.
I got to do it, man. I use ChatGPT all the time, but I just haven't paid for the version yet. So I need to pay for 4 and just like play around with it and stuff.
Because 3 is so powerful.
It is,
like, it's so that people can't understand why, but it's like.
I've heard stories about 4 and how good it is. I have another buddy of mine that's trying to get me to get it for a long time, but I'll do it now. And
I would say do it now if you can. Because even if you do it now and then say like I said before, whenever you miss that payment date, like it is very quick. Like it's like that invoice is your activation. But anyways, whenever I would say get into it now, because I was trying to get my parents and my family onto it, and at some points they actually close it down. Like,
what do you mean?
For you to upgrade, like they'll close the.
Oh, get out of here! Really?
Yeah, I was putting my parents on. I was like, guys, listen, because I'll come to them like every like quarter. I'll be like, guys, listen. GPT, and then it was completely closed down. But I think they're getting ready for 5. 5 is going to be able to read and write audio and video. We have Sora. Sora is that thing, but they're pushing it back because like, bro, it's bad.
Yeah, well, I know they're integrating it now because I use After Effects and Premiere Pro. They're integrating it into After Effects and Premiere Pro. Adobe's already got it integrated into those stuff. Yeah, I haven't played with it much yet because I don't really need it for anything right now. But like I need a, I think there's a plugin for After Effects called Helium, and Helium has integrated AI already built into it.
So more than just what is it called? Scene detection, and like where you can mask and like you can circle the stuff. Is it more than that? Or
so the Premiere Pro, I believe it does sync up with Photoshop, and so that one right there does do the backgrounds and stuff. So you go into Photoshop, you mask out your character, and then you import it back into Premiere Pro. But After Effects, yeah, that's more than so After Effects, you can just go type a prompt in and be like, yo, give me this right here, and it'll generate it in real time using your own GPU.
Oh, yo, I gotta check.
Yeah, so it doesn't even use like a GPU offsite. It uses your own. So basically, you own all the stuff that's being created. Which I mean, I think the other AIs are that way too, aren't they?
Yeah. OpenAI, they said, and I always go back to it. They said that they would actually pay your legal fees.
Oh, if someone tried to sue you?
Yeah. If someone tried to sue you on something,
that's nice.
It also sucks because you can't regenerate on anything on AI. Like you'll be like, hey man, that was so good. Can you do it one more time? But just move this over here. And it's just like, no, you about to get this full other new picture now. And I'm like,
oh, it doesn't give you Oh, so I guess that is where Photoshop does come in with nice, because in Photoshop you just mask the part out and be like, recreate this.
Yep.
Yeah, generative AI.
I gotta check that out, man.
Yeah. Do you use Adobe, or what do you use to create with?
I use Over, which is like I would say the mobile friendly version of everything. Man, it's just so hard for me to go back to my computer. Like that's a whole set. And usually when I'm going back to my computer, I'm doing music stuff, you know?
Yeah.
And so, and I have DaVinci, and I'm getting used to that Fusion tab, man. That Fusion tab is crazy. But
is that their version of AI?
Yeah. Well, the Fusion tab is basically like their 3D editing window, which you can do like a bunch of like taking Blender stuff and then coming in there and really creating like those like massive space stuff, you know?
Yeah.
But
yeah, that's what I love After Effects for. We use Element 3D on After Effects. It's nice.
Is it worth it, bro? Like for real?
Well, I've been in the working with Adobe stuff now for 10 years. So I mean, it's worth it for me because I understand how to use all the softwares.
Got you.
But as far as like a learning curve, there's going to be a massive learning curve when you start off, because there's just so much. Yeah. Like, you know, you have, whenever you get the Creative Cloud suite, Premiere Pro, which is their video editing, After Effects for your all your 3D effects, and you can literally create anything in After Effects. Like it's just a bag of tools. You have Audition, which is what's recording the audio right now. Yep. Illustrator for logos and things. Photoshop for photos, and there's other ones too. There's like 20 or 30 apps that they have. And it also integrates into the phone too, like all that stuff does.
I do Photoshop Express.
Yeah.
I'll go there if I'm just touching up a quick photo. Like, man.
Which you could probably give me some pointers on that one, dude. I'm still using like the old version of their Photoshop on the phone. It's not even like, they're not even updating anymore, so it crashes sometimes. Oh, damn. But there are certain functions that I can't figure out in Photoshop Express, like cutting out stuff.
Oh, wait, this is a non-cursing?
You can say whatever you want to.
Okay, cool. I was just making sure. I was like, nope.
Did you curse? I probably cursed.
Oh man. Okay, cool. I was just making sure.
No, I don't care. But yeah, Photoshop Express. Can you actually cut things out in Photoshop Express?
Yeah, man. Now, yes. So you can cut things out in Photoshop Express, and it is good. It is really good. But I guess for me, it's like, what are you trying to, cut out? Like for me, like what exactly the composition of the photo is. Because if I'm dealing with just photos, then I'll probably do Photo Express. But if I'm dealing with a video that I'm just taking a still out of, you know what's crazy?
What's that?
Video. What is it? Hold on. No, not.
Yes, the iPhone does that now too, doesn't it? It just chops out things.
iPhone does a scan mode, which is crazy. And then the extract audio, which is wild because it extracts it. And you can extract it in WAV format, which is.
Extract audio? So like if you're playing a YouTube video, you can extract the audio out or what? Or like music? What are you doing?
I'm glad you asked.
Yeah.
Let me tell you guys, don't do this. If you just need music for your video, like I would say, don't go to YouTube and screen record and then use extract audio from your iPhone photos to then get into WAV so that you can then send it to whatever audio program you're wanting to edit it in and not have to pay any money for whatever sound bites you want to do. Don't do that, guys, because why would you do that? Don't do that. All right. But it just so happens that the audio will be captured in the highest quality that the audio is in the video. Mm-hmm. And you can extract it from your
And just one button? Like I didn't know that was even a feature integrated right now.
Yep. It's integrated right in your photo library. So when you go into infos on whatever type of media that you have in there, you can extract the audio straight from there.
Did not know that was a thing.
Bro.
Like you've taught me a lot of cool things today, dude. Yeah. Like what else do you have in there? Like what else? What all tools do you have in there?
Man. Oh wait, I didn't even tell you with the video. I think it's called Video Leap. This is the thing, man. A lot of people sleep on those secondhand video editing apps and stuff like that. Not secondhand. I don't know.
It's hard to find one that's not paid because a lot of them have like the paid stuff inside of them.
Yeah. This is actually what I use to create some of the footage and stuff like that I do for the countdowns. But it's called Video Leap.
Video Leap.
Yes. And video, by the way, I do invest in paid programs, like probably like that's probably where most of my check goes. Honestly, because it's like the ability to be able to create a high valued media asset. Like even if you can't monetize it today, having it in your arsenal to be able to go back whenever finances do come or whenever you do get that big bump or stuff like that, to where you can then now, instead of trying to hire a team to go and create new media assets, like you can pull some ones from the back, which means now you can retain full copyright of whatever you're doing. Now you retain full creative, control over it, and you're just augmenting your already made,
Yeah.
So I'll spend stuff on there, but Video Leap, man,
I'll check it out. Yeah, I use
it's a quick one.
Adobe has a Adobe Rush is what it's called.
Oh, well, if you're on Adobe, bro,
yeah, dude,
like these are for the people who look at Adobe and want to cry a little bit.
Yeah, well, I should like branch out because I mean you could probably do more cool stuff with that. Adobe's pretty like fucking their video editing thing on the iPhone's pretty like vanilla.
Okay.
Yeah, you can't really do much with it.
I usually use it just for the sprinkles, bro.
I'll check it out. Video. Do you have there's like effects and things on it too?
Yeah, man.
Okay, yeah, I gotta check it out.
You can take the backgrounds out and then use AI to replace them. That's what I do.
Nice. So AI is integrated into that, or you're using AI? Oh, it is.
Yeah, bro. That's what I was telling you.
God, dude,
yo, it's the one, because the thing is, you have Adobe and what is it, Final Cut, and you have some of these bigger companies. Which, don't get me wrong, their AI integration is pristine. That's why I'm like, if your workflow already includes going to your computer again, man, like I can't sell you on this. Like I can't sell you on. Dude,
I'm in front of a computer so much, yeah.
Oh man.
But I mean, it's still nice to have those things for on the go.
Yeah, yeah. If you're doing that, like I upgraded I put a whole you can buy those like media libraries, those media assets.
Yeah.
I put all that on my iCloud.
Oh, nice.
So like literally when I'm on the go, like I'll go and take a transition and just create and video edit like while I'm moving and then move around. I'm trying, man.
No, dude, I think this is what more creatives should be doing. They should be using these new tools that are out. I know there's a lot of people that can't keep up. And I think those are the people that are going to get left behind.
Yeah, it's hard though.
Yeah, especially musicians. Like I have several friends that are musicians and they're just not tech savvy at all. Like they're great musicians, but it's like They don't understand how to use any of the tools that are in their arsenal right now. Like there's one that wants me to create posters for him all the time. And I'm like, dude, there's a thing called Figma. Like there's all kinds of these like little websites out there that have all these like pre-made assets.
Yeah. And
you just go and plug in your information and they can't grasp it.
Dude, it's far left and far right. As a musician, you spending time figuring out your groove with whatever instrument you're playing. And then this media side is like selling it. Is like, what is it? And asking an artist, what is this, is one of the hardest questions because it's always something different for us. It's always something that's like a little bit like, okay, well, this is why I made it. This is how I made it, but like.
So how do you deal with both sides of the equation?
Man, I have to literally stop. And I have a breathing because I have ADHD. So for me, a lot of things will be running really fast throughout my mind the whole time, And so what I'll have to do is I'll breathe and I'll do like 24-second ins and outs.
Mm-hmm.
And it sounds really, really weird. But like when you go that far all the way in, your body is then you're focusing on just breathing. Like you're focusing on not like knee jerking, like, when you do that, clarity, because you're just focusing on breathing. And then from there, I'll switch over into, okay, now I'm in my management head. Okay. Oh, now I'm in my media production. Okay. Now I'm in my dance. It's like, so you have to come to that neutral point before you move on. Cause if not, You'll mess yourself.
Yeah, I think breathing and meditation is something that more people should utilize. It's a very underutilized tool in today's society. I meditate like crazy. I fucking love it.
Dude, what's your like your how do you get into your meditation?
So for me, I usually do it after a workout or in the afternoons, and because the building I live in has a rooftop. So I'll go up to the rooftop and I'll sit in the sunlight. So I'll basically let the sunlight hit me. Yeah. And then I'll do box breathing. So I'll do 4 seconds in,
okay,
hold it for 4 seconds, 4 seconds out, hold that for 4 seconds, and just repeat that process until I go into like that Zen mode that you're talking about.
Okay. Yeah. Do you feel like it's ever too short?
What do you mean? Like
the 4 seconds?
No, like that box breathing technique works pretty well for me.
Okay.
Yeah, I understand like there are other like methods to do things and stuff, but that's just the one I found that works the best, I would say. And sometimes I'm there for 10 minutes, sometimes I'm there for an hour.
Okay.
Like it just depends on like how I'm feeling that day. But it's nice.
That's good, man. That's good.
Yeah, I love it, dude. Something about slipping away, just like going into that like nothingness.
Right? Because then it just gives you another appreciation when you come back.
Yeah.
Because it's the coming back. I think we're all like, we want the time we're in doing whatever we're doing to feel like we're coming back, or we feel like it's new or fresh to us, you know?
Well, it gives me clarity. Because like there'll be some times that I'm thinking about an idea, and you know, there's all the other stuff in the day is like hitting me too. And then when I go into that like Zen mode, it's like all the other stuff melts away, and the only thing I can see is that problem that I'm focused on. So it gives me that mental clarity. And then as soon as I get through meditating, I'll typically go down and write down the ideas that I had.
Oh, you do it afterwards, man. I've been trying to figure that out. Yeah, it's like you'll get some really, really good ideas when you're breathing. I'll just be like,
well, so that's the thing. I don't have multiple ideas. I let the other ideas melt away, and I have that one thing that I'm focused on. So it's like extreme focus on one mental task. Therefore, all the other ideas are gone. So you focus on that one thing and get it to a conclusion, a resolution on it. Yeah. Then you go write that down. So it's about letting it all go and only focusing on one thing.
Yeah. That's a problem, man. I have to say, like, that is probably the key. That is like, I guess, why I have to do such like extreme breathing techniques, because it's like, if it's a calm one and I'm doing like a box, like what you were talking about, I'll get maybe 3 or 4 like really nice ideas. And I'm just like,
well, I would say break out and write it down. If you have an idea, break out and write it down, then go back to meditating.
Back into it.
Yeah.
Back into it.
That's my advice on what I would do.
No, man. Yeah. Listen, I'm always open, man, to just understanding the body better, you know, like, and understanding your psyche.
Yeah. Someone gave me a book one time. It was called The Science of Yoga. I recommend it to everyone who's into meditation and stuff, because that really breaks it down in such a way where it shows you the science of like what's actually going on with the physiology while you're doing it.
Yeah.
It's really cool. I'll send you a link to that. Please. You can check it out.
I have to stop myself. I'm so used to being like, I have. Hold on, let me tighten this up. I got you. Usually when I'm in mid conversations, I'll be like, "Hey Siri, I got an idea," and it'll just start. That's another shortcut.
Nah, go for it, dude. What idea do you have? I mean, you're gonna tell everyone if you put the idea out right now.
Come on, hey Siri, I got an idea. If y'all don't know, I love shortcuts, and for artists, let me tell you. This is one of the ones that it's not out yet, but I'm definitely releasing it soon. But having the shortcut to where you say it's an idea and it starts recording. You guys can't see it because it's still in Zen mode. Oh my goodness. Artists, creatives, get rid of the I don't know, man, what's the word I'm looking for? My goodness. Get rid of the time in between you getting your ideas out. Because that is where like the breakdown of the ideas happen. So a lot of times, what was it called? The Science of Yoga, right?
The Science of Yoga, yeah.
Science of Yoga. I'm reading a book called oh my goodness. The shoot. Yogananda. It's by Yogananda.
What is it about?
So it's about his life. It's the autobiography of a yogi.
Okay.
That's the name of the book.
How far are you into it yet?
I'm like maybe halfway through.
It's like what cool stuff happened halfway through the book?
Man, apparently, so the autobiography of a yogi, it follows the guy named Yogananda. And at first, I'm just kind of listening to it passively, and he's really just talking about his life on how he had a yoga master sensei, and this is all real, by the way, but like he had a yoga instructor who was a beast at taming beasts. Like that's just his thing. Like he tamed tigers, and he was just able to conquer the self over the like to be able to make a tiger a kitty cat, a house cat. And it just basically talked about how in knowing yourself and understanding your spiritual of who you are and where you are in the world, is just, you have a lot more, you can dictate a lot more about yourself than you can about the world around you, if that makes sense.
So basically he knew himself to a point where he could control his emotions and be calm around a tiger. So it made the tiger calm, maybe? Kinda. He was talking to another yogi. I'm so new to this, guys. I'm so new to this world. So please forgive me. You got it right.
Yeah. But it followed how his dad was a very affluent person in wherever he came from. And I'm reading it passively. But his dad was very connected with yogis, and the author and the person who it follows, Yogananda, really wanted to be a yogi and really wanted to explore the spiritual bounds of how close he could be with the creator and all this stuff like that. And it just really shows, just like in that extent with the guy with the tiger, he was another yogi that was just a crazy badass dude that was just like, hey man, like you can tame whatever out there, but first you got to tame yourself. Like if you can't understand how you're feeling, if you can't understand the power that is you, then like taming a cat, why even try to go for a lion?
What, a freaking lion or a tiger? Yeah, shit.
So
yeah, I think I love the way the yogis see life. I mean, some of them, I would say. Yeah. Like they're the ones that, that rub themselves with feces and shit like that.
Yeah. Or and even to the point, I can't even get on the bandwagon of being completely without physical. Like they're just like, the only thing you need is air and breath and water and God. And I'm just like, I get that.
What do you mean without physical?
Oh, just like they do away with the physical necessities of life and do away with those
like
type of
go live in a cave somewhere.
Yeah. And I'm just like, I like bathrooms. I think I like having toiletries.
Yeah, the bathrooms would be an issue, but I think I could go live in a cave for a while. That'd be kind of fun.
For a while or indefinitely?
For a while.
Okay, yeah. Got you.
But I mean, after you get out there, you might want to stay indefinitely. Okay. You never know. It might be peaceful.
It could be. It could be. It's just man against nature. And I just know that I don't know nature as well as it knows man. So like, I'm already in like a deficit.
Yeah. I mean, just meditate all day long. I think that's what some of those guys do, right?
Yeah. Yeah. With like the Andes Mountains or somewhere, the Himalayan mountains and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I feel you. And I want to get to that mental clarity, but Jesus.
See, I think that's, if you like break down life, life is a duality, right?
Yeah.
And I think the way those guys live is kind of like, it's taking away from what life could be, because they're living in such like a flat state all the time. Yeah. They're eating things that aren't, look at this guy. They're eating things that are bland, right? Yeah. So they're not getting any enjoyment out of that. They're not getting any enjoyment out of a partner or anything like that. They're literally just living a bland life. But I think that life is about the ups and downs. So it's one thing to live that bland life, but it's another thing to like ride the wave of the life. Yeah. So are you even living if you're living that way?
Truly. Well, and then I guess it's like, what is living to you?
That's a good point. Yeah.
Because if it's that up and down we're talking about is connected to civilization or to your life and to your work, but can the ups and downs be internal? Because like we were talking about when we're meditating, sometimes it takes 10 minutes, 15 minutes, sometimes it takes an hour. So it's like, is that up and down happening internally to where we can't reach? So it's like,
well, so for me, the way I would define living is I would look at like the heartbeat, because what happens how do we know when someone dies? Their EKG like flattens.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you're living a flat line life, I wouldn't say that's living. I think you have to have the ups and downs of life to like keep the heart going, the EKG. So I would say, this is my personal opinion, I would say that that's not living such a flat life like that. I would say you need that, the push and the pull of life. So, but I think some of those guys are such good meditators that they probably don't have the ups and downs. That's one of the things they say is they're trying to get to that point of stillness in the mind.
Yeah.
And, sometimes it takes 20 or 30 years of meditation to get to that level. But I don't understand the point of it. That's, I guess I need to find some yogis and have them on the podcast.
Man, if we could find, I just want one. Just one really good yogi. I could just ask him random questions.
Yeah.
Like the most, sir, how deep do you breathe regularly?
What if he didn't answer you? What if he was just he just took a vow of silence?
He's just like, no.
Yeah.
No.
Come on the podcast and just sit.
He just sits. And at the end of 30 minutes, you're just like, thank you, man. I just want to say I've learned so much from you. Oh my God.
Well, there is, what's his name? Sadhguru?
Bruh,
is that his name?
He's in the book.
Is he?
I think so. When I say passively reading, I'm reading I'm doing the audiobook.
Right.
So while I'm doing stuff so that I don't feel like punching people or things, I put on that to help calmness. Okay, cool. All right.
Yeah, it makes sense. You're getting some knowledge while you're doing other things too.
Right.
So what did they say about Sadhguru?
I think he's just one of the gurus that was in that book that I was talking about. I want to say Sadhguru was one of his main gurus. I want to say there's Yogananda.
Well, Sadhguru is still alive.
Oh, never mind. Not Sadhguru.
Yeah. I don't know.
Please put me on to Sadhguru. Who is that? I've heard his name before. I thought it was in the book.
Just a yogi. Yeah. He talks a lot. So he's one of the ones you'll find on the internet, but he'll do these big auditoriums full of people, and they'll basically interview him and ask him questions, and they'll ask him questions in the audience too. And he basically talks about the yogic lifestyle. And I think in one of the talks he was doing, he actually ingested snake venom before he went on. And they're like, you ingested snake venom before you went on? And he was talking really slow. And he's like, yes, it's not poisonous. It just thickens the blood a little bit. So it kind of slows him down is what he said. And I'm like, it's such an interesting way to look at this shit. But yeah, he said snake venom is not poisonous.
Which I get it. Random animal show fact. That is actually true. It congeals. So
it thickens your blood.
Yeah.
So he said if you consume just a little bit.
He said, man, it's not. Hey, man, come on.
Yeah, he's like,
just
it's not poisonous. Just a little bit. Thickens the blood.
Just a little thicken. That's all.
Yeah, it's cool to listen to him too, because he talks about how we consume substances, marijuana, psilocybin, things like that. Yeah. He said you don't even need those things because you're sitting on the greatest chemical factory in the world. You just don't know how to work the chemical factory. So he's saying the human body can produce all these things, and now we know this scientifically that the human body produces DMT. We have natural cannabinoids in the body. You just don't know how to tell the body to make these things. So one of the things he talks about is how that if you're a yogi and you're in control of your body completely, that you can actually tell the body to produce this substance or to release this substance.
That's good.
Yeah, I think it's just knowledge of self, man. Yeah. Knowledge of the human body. Because I mean, literally, do you tell your heart to beat?
Negative.
No, your heart just knows how to beat.
Negative. You're true.
Yeah. And there's a lot of physiology that we don't even think about, but it just happens.
Yeah. Now, since we're on cannabis.
Yeah.
Cannabinoids, right? How do you feel about the legalization of it?
I love marijuana.
Okay.
Yeah. It's changed me a lot when I started smoking it. And now that we have the drinks, I don't even drink alcohol anymore.
Yeah.
I drink THC drinks, and I don't have hangovers. I don't have bloating. I have my health benefits are through the roof. I get up and go work out constantly because whenever I'm hungover, I don't want to do any of that shit.
True. Yeah. So it's actually helping me out. And I know it's helped a lot of people out too. Quit drinking alcohol. So how do you feel about it? Man, from an ADHD perspective, I think it is one of the most underrated tools. Because when people think about smoking, they think about getting high, or some people, so let me say that some people, ADHD or anyone who has, what do they call it? Neurodivergent, whatever, that community kind of knows, but truly, man, I would say the dosage that I take or the dosage that I use is so small, but has such a huge effect, man. Just it's almost, I kind of think of it like traffic, you know, just kind of directing traffic, just slowing things down just enough so that you can get what you need to get done.
Mm-hmm.
Like, makes me mad sometimes. Man.
Yeah, dude, I love smoking. One of the ways I use it, because it's a tool.
Yeah.
I think all these drugs are tools. And psilocybin too, I think it's a tool also. But one of the ways I use weed is if I have a problem, once again, like, and I don't want to go meditate about it, what I'll do is if I can only see this problem in a singular way, then I'll smoke weed and I'll sit down and think about that problem. And it's like I come outside of my body and I can see the problem from like all angles now.
Yeah.
So that's a way I can like kind of see in 3D the problem.
Yeah.
Man, that's one way I describe it to people.
Now, do you also feel that like your technical skills come at like a deficit though? Like once you,
yeah. Whenever because I don't smoke weed in public.
Yeah.
That's one thing. One of my rules that I have for myself. I have certain rules for myself. Got to keep yourself in line.
Okay.
But one of my rules is don't smoke in public. I will consume a cannabis beer in public.
Yeah.
But when it comes to smoking, I always make sure that I smoke at home and use it as a tool, because I don't want to use it as a social drug.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. For me, it's not a social thing. For me, it's medicine.
Okay. True for me as well.
Yeah.
But the arts community.
No, there are a lot of people that
the music community, man. Oh my God. I think I realized that I'm not a smoker. I use cannabis, but I'm not a smoker because I got around smokers. And then you get to you get to this place where it's like there's no way any real thought is happening.
No, yeah.
Like we're too far gone from life.
No, those people are using it as a masking agent.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes. Now, again, I thought that at first. But then I realized that some people, that's just kind of like that's the vibration they like to live their life on.
Do they get anything done though?
Some people, yeah, man.
So if you can high function on it, then yeah, go for it. But if you're just like one of those people that melt in a couch and don't do anything,
let me tell you, there's a amazing legend drummer named Shannon. Yo, he gonna light one up and he gonna give you the coldest groove. He's like New Orleans like legend drummer, man.
Yeah.
Like I got a chance to work with him a couple times in the studio, and he's like the feel that he gets in that. I'm just like, yo, this is it, huh? This is okay.
Yeah, I mean, there's some people that vibe that way. We have a buddy who used to bartend here, but he's one of the greatest musicians I know in the city too. He can play any instrument you give him.
Yeah.
His name is Colin Provençal. Yeah, and he'll do it blackout drunk. Like just get blackout fucking drunk and just go to town on whatever instrument you give him. It's incredible. So I mean, I don't understand. For me, I can't function that way. But like, it's cool. Like if you can still get things done and consume those substances,
yeah,
I say go for it. Do you? But it's the people that just, like I said, melt into a couch and don't do anything with their lives. Those are the ones that it gets concerning for.
Yeah.
But I do think that these things should be legalized. I think this is going to be a hot take.
No, it's okay, man. Come on. That's what we're here for.
I think that everything should be legalized. I know. I told you it's a hot take. Hot take.
Ooh.
I think that you're an adult and you should be able to make your own decisions.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think we should legalize it all and make the purest versions of everything. That way you're not going to die. I think that's one of the issues that we have right now is with a lot of drugs like cocaine and stuff. It's unregulated. So, you're getting off the street and they're dosing it with fentanyl and all kind of other shit. Yeah. When if we just made it legal and made it pure, like you would have... Yes, some people are going to abuse it.
Yeah.
But those are the same people that are abusing the shit on the street.
Truly. But
you're actually going to make people healthier this way because they're not going to be dying. They're not going to get this shit off the street that's unregulated.
Okay. I struggle. I'm not going to lie to you. I go back and forth with that.
Mm-hmm.
I go back and forth.
Why?
Okay, so on one hand, having everything legal, because that thought has always been the same as having an AI that doesn't have any parameters. Right? Just giving it pure, unfiltered ability to regurgitate the information that's already been, those two questions have kind of always laid back and forth with me. Legalizing everything and then taking all the restraints off of those. It poses the same threat for me though, because it's like, how much freedom do you give someone before taking account that their freedom may impose on someone else's. Meaning, like, same thing, if you legalize drugs to the point where everything's legal, right? And everyone's doing that. How long will it be before someone does something that inconveniences and puts someone else at risk because of the freedom to do X, Y, Z? You know?
You're saying like someone drinking and driving?
Oh, there it is. There it is, guys.
Well, I mean, I think those risks are always on the, we always have those risks.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think that if you, my one take is that if you make it legal and you purify the substances, because I think there are a lot of people that are dying. Like we were gifted Narcan. Like there's no reason we should have Narcan in a bar, but they're giving it to all the bars and stuff because the drug issue is such a problem.
What is Narcan? I'm not gonna.
Narcan is like if you OD on something,
yeah,
or if you take some bad drugs, it's like adrenaline. So you like give the adrenaline to them and they like wake back up. Right? I think it's adrenaline. I'm not sure, but it's something that wakes you up out of like a bad trip or something like that. It's like if you do if you take a fentanyl, if you do cocaine and there's fentanyl in the cocaine, then you might die if you don't get Narcan quick. So it's such a problem right now that they're giving that to bars for free.
Wow.
Yeah. So like we have to have it on hand now. We don't have to. It's an optional thing, but I don't want anyone to die in here if they do bad cocaine or some shit.
Yeah.
So that's
just crazy
problem.
that you got to think about that.
Yeah,
that's a thought process you got to have in your mind. Like, okay, I have to balance this. I got to make sure this is staffed. Okay, XYZ, and I got to make sure someone doesn't die off of their own.
Yeah, I got to have some Narcan
like,
on hand.
So that if you do something before you get here, you don't die when you get here.
Dude, it's running a business is very eye opening. Another one of the things that they gave the business this past year was they brought us 2 cases of Plan B. So
wait.
Yeah.
2 cases of Plan B.
And anytime we want more, all we have to do is call and they'll bring us more cases of it.
Now, Plan B is about $60 at the store. If y'all don't know.
Yeah.
If y'all don't know, that was the last time I checked.
So if anyone needs Plan B, we have cases of it here.
What is going on in the world?
Dude, I'm telling you, man. And we didn't even ask for this shit. They volunteered. They brought it and gave us cases of it. And we're like, holy shit.
Who's making the plans? Okay, so we got Narcan.
Narcan, Plan B.
And Plan Bs.
It used to be condoms, but now it's Plan B.
Now it's Plan B because they're just like, guys, listen.
Like, ain't nobody using condoms anymore. Just give them Plan B.
Listen, guys, y'all don't give a damn. So, wow.
Yeah.
That's so random.
Yeah, I don't know how many bars in the city have the cases of Plan B. I'm not even sure like why we were one of the people that were volunteered for that one, but yeah.
I have to stop my mind.
I have go for it. Say what you're gonna say,
man. Why? Why? I'm gonna stop it. I'm gonna stop my mind whenever I realize that I'm about to go down a hole of.
It honestly wasn't even explained to me. Like they didn't explain it to me. They were just like, it was just cases here one day. And I was like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, because it's like Plan B and what kind of is it just Plan B?
Yeah.
Like is it the same Plan B that you would buy? Like
yeah, that's it. I mean, it's actually came in handy for several people. Like several people that had accidents and didn't want to deal with that for the future. They came in and got their dose. Or I had a buddy that called me. He's like, "Yo, dude, do you still have that stuff?" And I'm like, "Yeah, meet me at the bar in like 20 minutes. I get it for you."
I have so many questions. There's so many questions.
Go for it, dude. What you got?
Yo, why is the local bar the pharmacy?
That's a good question.
I just want to know.
And honestly, I don't have an answer for that one.
I just want to know.
But no, we do. We serve it up.
Okay.
We serve up alcohol, THC, and Plan B.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. And Narcan.
and Narcan.
If you came in with something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dude, the world's in a weird place, man.
This is such a weird place because at the same time they're fighting abortion and women's rights to be able to control whether or not they do with their body.
Maybe that's what it was. Maybe they're like, well, if they're going to try to legalize abortion, we'll just flood the street. Or no, if they're going to try to not legalize, if take away abortion, we'll just flood the streets with Plan B. Maybe that was the whole thought process.
So now question Plan B is a very harsh drug.
Yeah.
They just don't care no more. They just don't care. They don't care no more.
Well, I mean, if you look at the boxes, there's so much writing on these boxes. I mean, no one's going to read it. Everyone's just going to take it. But I mean, the box they're like this tall and like this wide. They're huge boxes for one little pill.
Yep.
So I mean, that's how bad these things are. Like there's that much writing on there. And there's even a thing where it says if you're over a certain weight limit, you have to take 2 of them.
That's crazy. I didn't know
that was a thing either.
What?
So if you're a big girl, if you're a big girl, you need to take 2 of them pills.
You can either get 2 here with some Narcan and some THC drink, or you're going to spend about $120 at Walgreens. It don't matter. Whatever you want.
It's our new marketing tool.
Yeah. Hey, big girls.
Plan B with a purchase of every drink.
With every drink.
Just kidding. Don't quote me on that one.
Please no. That'll be clipped out, guys.
We don't have enough product for that.
Right. No, but that is, I mean, like, it's cool if there was other initiatives kind of also going on. Like, hey, look, by the way, like, with the box of Plan Bs, we also got you like a group organization that's like,
that would be cool.
Right?
Yeah.
Right. So you're just not giving it to them. Like, all right, well,
Maybe, and that might have been the pitch whenever they dropped it off. I don't know. I wasn't here for that.
Somebody not doing their job.
Dude, I just walked into the bar one day and I was like, why are there 2 boxes this big? I was like, I don't understand that. And some girl was like, or one of our bartenders, not some girl, but she was like, oh yeah, they dropped off this the other day. I'm like, okay, cool, whatever.
When we talk about crack in the 80s, did this happen?
It might be how they started that.
Has this happened? When random boxes get dropped off?
So you're also a dancer.
Yes.
Yeah, that's how when I looked at your Instagram the first time, I saw your dancing stuff. I didn't really understand if you did music too, but I knew you were a dancer, and your dancing is really really dope.
Thank you. And it's good. I'm glad we're here. We can clarify these things, guys. I'm a multidisciplinary recording artist.
Mm-hmm.
One of those disciplines is dance, and I have to say it like that so that I can guide the person. Because if not, I really just love art.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
You love creating.
I love creating because each art form and just like every style of dance and just each style of music, I feel like it's one puzzle piece to this painting, And it is cool to have all the puzzle pieces together, but I always had this thing in the back of my mind, like, what if I get all the Infinity Stones?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what happens whenever a person that grew up the way I grew up, had life experiences that I've grown up with, but can express them in all the avenues, And not saying necessarily at the same time, but, being able to express that story from 0 to 100, given the pure, project, like that means a lot to me. So yeah, I love to dance, and dancing was just a medium to be able to understand how music controls the body,
Yeah. Yeah. It's definitely, it's an interesting concept to be able to tie all those things together. And I look forward to seeing what you come up with. Like, it's going to be cool to see you actually be able to tie all these things together. What's your next art form that you're going to conquer?
So the fourth, Make Way, the song is dropping. So right now it's a little bit ambiguous. I have it like Make Way 4/4/24, just because one, I want people expecting there to be a drop on 4, and then when it gets a week out, I'll be explaining that it's a story, but it's a song, stuff like that. So it's really hard. It's really hard because you have to be concise in the areas you need to be concise in, but at the same time, you're doing so many different art forms. So. Yeah. But that's it. The song is the 4th, and hey, maybe, we're fingers crossed, but there's a 3-part event that I'm planning next month too.
And where's that going to be at?
That's going to be, the details are coming.
Okay. We were going to plug it on here.
No, it's okay. No. And it just for future references and stuff like that. It's a 3-part event. That's the first part is a groove class, which I'll be having that Thursday. It's all on the weekend of 4/20. So y'all looking for something else to do. It's be some really cool stuff. But it's a groove class, which is like a low choreography, just having like fun with learning new grooves, like dance hall, like R&B, hip hop, that type of vibe. Mm-hmm. The concert is going to be on the 19th. That one is already locked in. So I will be having a concert at the Ace Hotel.
Ace Hotel?
Yep.
19th?
On the 19th. And then the 21st is the workshop I'll be doing.
Dope. Where that's at either?
That one's going to be at the studio.
Okay, cool.
I'm also a producer and engineer at Esplanade Studios.
Esplanade Studios?
Yep.
Nice.
Yep.
Yeah, I know I saw a picture of you the other day with a guy that I live like next to, Latranium.
Yo, that's my guy.
Yeah, I love Latranium.
That's my dude.
We work out in the same gym, man.
Yo, come on. Wait, same gym. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we that actually, Latranium was the last guy I played drums for. So I used to play drums like professionally. That was like my thing for a long time.
Yeah.
And then I remember he was in Lafayette. We both from Lafayette, and I was like, yo, man, like I'll play for you this show. But I was like, yo, I'm actually I'm actually doing my own thing. And I went to LA after that and stuff. So that's my guy. That's my dude. Well,
dude, if you want to tell everyone where to find you on social medias again?
Yes, guys, you can find me everywhere at Trey Brooks Official. And if you don't see the official by it, it'll be just Trey Brooks, I think, on like Twitter, but I don't really post like that on there just because y'all kind of toxic. But you know, everything else is Trey Brooks Official.
And it's TRAE.
Yep. TRAE BROOKS OFFICIAL. You get it.
Yeah, man. Thanks for coming in today. I really enjoyed the conversation.
Bro, same.